just for funsies, let's run through all of the book box subscriptions that I've had in the last year, what I think of them, what I did and didn't like about them, and if I'm going to continue with them next year. I'm not going to run through every single one that I've bought in the last year because that would be more than a 10-minute video, but I'll pick like a few prime ones of each one and discuss my thoughts on them. I was really hoping that my other boxes that I'm waiting on would have arrived by now. I was holding off on this until they came, but they're not going to come anytime soon, so we'll just go through with what I've got already. We'll start with a fan favourite because everyone knows about Fairy Loot. So Fairy Loot was the first subscription box that I signed up to and got off the waitlist for. That was last November, so I've been with them for a good year. I had both the YA and the adult box only for a full year. I have only just recently cancelled my YA box, so this was my last YA book. And it was a very lovely book. They've been doing some gorgeous sort of, I think these are like digitally printed edges they've been doing. They're very pretty, and the end papers are always stunning, and hardcover case, foiled. We love the foil here. We love a bit of foil. I've just noticed with the YA picks, they're not always books that I'm going to immediately want to pick up. There's probably only been maybe 3 for the whole year that I thought, yeah, I really want to read that. This being one of them, I'm excited to read this. But yeah, so I had to make cuts, and the YA was the first box to go. The adult box I am still subscribed to. The last one I actually got was, oh no, it was this. It was this pretty one. This was the December adult box, Fae bound. It is very beautiful. These have had some more selections that I will read, so that's why I've kept it so far. I do think though, after the February box, because there's one in there that I do really want, after the February box I think I will cancel the adult one until the Romantasy sub kicks in, which I think is April-March sometime. So yeah, I'm hoping that they have more of my sort of style of what I like to read. The quality of the books is good, the paper feels nice. I've only ever had the tiniest little ding on the corner of mine, so in terms of, you know, damage, I've never had any damage on mine personally. I know other people have had a lot of issues, but not with any of my ones. So overall, I'm happy with it. Price is very reasonable as well. £23 I think I pay a month in the UK, so I think that's very reasonable. Pretty much what I'd pay in Waterstones for a hardback. Next up is Fabled Co. It's an Australian subscription box. This was the second one that I got off the waitlist for, and I think that was about March time. So I've had a couple of months worth of books from them, and I've always been subscribed to the Duet box. So I've had 2 boxes a month since about March. So I've had enough of them to know what I think and feel about them, I think. They started out with just 2 options, which was the Twilight and the Night. So Night's more darker romance, Twilight was more like fantasy romance. They've recently introduced Moonlight, which is a more spicy fantasy paranormal box. I have flip-flopped between, because they do allow you to switch between the 3 as long as you give them enough notice before the renewal. They'll switch your box if you email them, so I think that is pretty good. So I've recently switched the boxes to Moonlight and Nights. So anyway, I have mixed feelings about these because some of them are absolutely stunning. Some of them come with slipcases, some of them don't come with slipcases. I don't think any of them have ever come with a dust jacket. No, sorry, the CA Night one came with a dust jacket, but they are just stunning. I think that this was the first one that I got, and it was a great example for me of what the quality was going to be like. So I was very happy with this one. They have some great book picks as well. So we've got like R.D. Baker, Shadow in the Drawer. So there's some great books that I would be interested in reading as well. This is one of the ones that at first glance I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. The foiling is delightful. But then you get inside, and then you've got things like, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can like see the lines where, yeah, I just didn't like this bit. And I found the paper of the actual pages to be quite thin. So, you know, tiny points down there for quality on the paper. I just feel like if I was to read these, I would rip the paper. So these are display only. Sometimes we get a case and it's just kind of plain and a bit. This was one of the examples of ones that I wasn't as thrilled with. The book I was really excited about because it was quite a popular book. It's the Isle of the Gods. But I don't know if you can see, but it's very busy in the design, so you can hardly actually read the title. Even when you've got it, you know, right in the light, it's very hard to read, and it's very busy. Like, there's a lovely design on the back, and gorgeous foiling. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. The edges match the case on here. Some people might love this. It was not my favourite. So overall thoughts on Fabled. I think I'd pay, I want to say £57. I'll double check it and put it up here. £57 a month for 2 books. That is including the shipping, I believe, as well. So I'll double check that. So it's not crazy unreasonable considering it's coming from Australia as well. I just don't know if I will stick with this one because it's kind of hit and miss. I have been utilising my skips a bit more the last couple of months. You get 6 skips a year. I will say for Fairy Loot, I think it was 4 skips a year. So I have been using skips when I need to. I might use the skips until I see what the next couple of months are like, and then I'll make my final decision on whether I continue. The next one, and so far my favourite of the year, has been Arcane Society. They are based in America. So far, the reasons why I have loved this so much, the book picks have been absolutely excellent. They're all either well-known authors, or to me anyway, they're all the type of stories that I like to read, that I would have picked up and read anyway, or I have already read. So I feel like I'm getting a trusted book. I'm getting a book that I know I'm going to love and is worthy of being on my shelves. And I was absolutely tickled pink when my first box was my favourite author, which is J. Bree. So I got the first 2 books. It's, by the way, it's a bi-monthly box, and you always get 2 books in the box, and a pin. You get like a little metal pin as well. So the first 2 books were the Broken Bonds series. They do, when they do a series, they pretty much always offer an add-on as well. So I have purchased the add-on to these. You don't have to, but if you want the whole set, they make sense. This is the only set so far I've had from them with dust jackets. They did come with reversible dust jackets, and the foiling on them is always just absolutely stunning. They are the best quality books that I've had so far. The paper is quite nice, quite easy to read. They open nice and flat, they're not stiff. They always have stenciled edges as well. This was one of my favourites as well. I mean, just look at the artwork's always gorgeous. The foiling's always impeccable. These books I hadn't read yet, but they had been on my TBR for a long time, and so I was really excited to get these, and I immediately read them. So yeah, so far these have been my favourite. It encouraged me to then go on to the wait list for Mystic and Belle, which are their like, so Mystic is the main company, and then like Arcane and Belle are just like sister companies of that. So I signed up for those, and I'm now off the wait list for both of those as well. I'll try and track down and find out how much I pay every other month for these, just as a comparison, but they do have unlimited skips. I haven't utilised any of them yet. Just to note as well, these are fantasy / paranormal romance. They've all been, you know, of the spicier end of that variety, so that's probably why I like them so much. And we're going to need a part 2, so, you know, stick around.